Good evening. I'm Chanel, Vehicle Title Expert. Thank you so much for tuning in, and I thank you in advance for subscribing. So, tonight I will continue with the series, Auto Registrations, and tonight's segment I will talk about canceling your registration and plates. So, over my almost 20 years of processing titles and registrations, I've seen a lot of people make the mistake of trusting the buyer to notify DMV that you sold the vehicle. Okay, so please stop relying upon the buyer, the person you sold the vehicle to go to DMV on your behalf and notify DMV that you sold the vehicle. Okay, this is very important. Stop relying upon that buyer. Why? Because it could take the buyer a couple of days to transfer that title. It could take them a couple of weeks. It could take them a couple of months for whatever reason. And worst of all, they may never transfer the title into their name. They may never do that. They can create a title skipping situation by giving the vehicle to someone else. So be vigilant, do your own homework, whatever you need to do to figure out the procedures of notifying your state. Take it upon yourself and do what you're supposed to do. Okay. Depending on your state, sometimes you can email, you can mail in, the plates and the registration. You can fax it. It really depends on your state. Okay. So be mindful of your state's policies regarding canceling your registration and plates. For example, in the state of California and Vermont, they have a registration slip. If you sell the vehicle, you will complete the registration slips accordingly for Vermont and California, and you will submit that to those states accordingly. Okay, so be very proactive when it comes to this. Okay, so I just want to add further, if you don't, be proactive and you just sit back and wait for that buyer to handle everything, you could just be sitting and find yourself in a very unfortunate situation. Adding further, if you're in a state that charges county taxes or personal property taxes on vehicles, you could be receiving an unexpected personal property tax or county tax bill pertaining to a vehicle that you sold months ago or even years ago. And you're wondering why you received that bill because you no longer have the vehicle. But DMV or your city county office, they're not aware of that because you never notified them that you sold the vehicle. Okay, so pay attention to that. They may require for proof that you provide a bill of sale. Hopefully you had a copy of it, and if you don't have that bill of sale to show that you sold the vehicle, then what's going to happen is you will have to jump through hoops and hurdles to show that proof. And if you don't have anything at the end, you are going to pay the tax in question, penalties, and interest pertaining to that vehicle that you no longer have. Okay, so I just wanted to, share this with you guys. And let me also add another important point pertaining to the plates. I know I talked about the registration, but when it comes to your plates, okay, do not give the plates to the buyer to dispose of at the DMV. Very important. Same thing. Do your due diligence about the plates as well. Okay, you don't know if the buyer's going to, turn the plates in either. You just don't know if that's going to happen. Okay, so if you guys have any questions pertaining to canceling your registration and plates, feel free to drop me a line below. Or if you want to share an experience that you've encountered when it comes to, counseling your registration in place, I do want to hear from you. Thank you so much for tuning in tonight. Please check me out on Mondays, Wednesdays, and Fridays. Please click share and subscribe. Thank you for tuning in, and I hope to hear from you soon.